It's Mr. Robin of the Cosmic City blog with yet another blogcast for those of you too lazy to read the posts. And a very happy Thursday, everybody. We're almost through yet another week. I'm proud of you. Keep going. Don't you hate it when CCB starts this cheerleader crap? Repeat after me. Act enthusiastic and you'll be enthusiastic. Act enthusiastic and you'll be enthusiastic. Rinse, repeat. Okay, enough of that. I'm actually feeling pretty upbeat because we're actually getting rain here at the compound. Not a very typical August, I must say. Late spring temps and rain. In August. Things are greening up around here. Life is good. Not your usual August in Oklahoma stereotype. And speaking of stereotypes, friends, if I was to tell you that two individuals of opposing political views recently faced off against one another following a heated political argument on Facebook, yeah, go figure, would you be surprised? If I was to tell you that the online discourse moved out onto the street and that actual shots were fired, you would likely be very surprised, particularly given that the online environment, that is, Facebook, Twitter, whatever, is tailor-made for passive-aggressive behavior shrouded sometimes in anonymity. Just ask Fearless Leader. And of those two opposing, dare we say bipolar, political wonks, which would you automatically assume initiated the shooting? Come on, admit it. You're thinking card-carrying, Trump-defending, NRA, member-for-life Republican, aren't you? Of course you are. Even Republicans reading this are thinking that. There are at least 8 of you out there. But you stereotyper, you're wrong. It was the tree and whale-hugging free health care for everybody 'cause it's the right thing to do Democrat. I know, right? Tampa, Florida police, I know, all the nuts are living in Florida now, say that what began as a typical Facebook dispute involving politics turned into a real-life shoot-'em-up on the mean streets of Tampa when Mr. Democrat drove angrily over to Mr. Republican's home 2 miles from his own. He was apparently fed up with Mr. Republican's taunts, threats, and assorted memes. Oh, it's on. Mr. Democrat emerges from his vehicle with an AR-15 and a Glock pistol. Mr. Republican, seeing that Mr. Democrat is armed to the friggin' teeth, does what any reasonably intelligent individual would do. He charged at Mr. Democrat with bare hands. Mr. Democrat opened fire, hitting the charging Mr. Republican in the thigh and butt. How's that for radical unfriending? Both flee the scene with Tampa police closing in. Mr. Republican goes to the hospital where he is recovering from reportedly minor wounds. Mr. Democrat, you'll see his mugshot at the top of this post, tried to run but later surrendered to police. He was arrested for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and carrying a concealed weapon. He's being held on a $9,500 bail. There's no word yet as to what the disagreement was about. We at CCB won't speculate, only to be labeled as stereotypers. Our CCB operatives in the area inform us that it may have been about Fearless Leader, but that is pure speculation on their part, and we are not stereotyping. So there. Just in case you're wondering what our 2 John Wayne wannabes do for a living, you know you want to know. Mr. Democrat works, or maybe worked, delivering pizzas, and is married with 2 kids. They're so proud of their dad. Mr. Republican, according to the Tampa Bay Times, is an unmarried convicted felon. Seriously, that's all it said about Mr. Republican. That means the poor slob can't vote or even buy a gun. Methinks Mr. Republican should have stayed off of Facebook. Oh, sure, I could take a cheap shot here about Mr. Republican being in good company, what with the recent arrest and grand jury indictment of the New York Republican representative on an insider trading rap, and or any of sundry Oklahoma Republican legislators charged, arrested, and or fighting charges of pedophilia, drug abuse, and sexual assault. I could say Mr. Republican convicted felon is in good company, but I won't do that. No, not today. I have to pick my fights. We'll save that for another time. That is all. Tune in next time when we'll explore the fate of the one-legged duck. Will Eunice dump Percy over his use or overuse of Brill cream? Easy, Percy. A little dab will do you. Tune in, sports fans, to find out. In the meantime, love us, follow us, like us, stalk us, friend us, subscribe to us. Do whatever it takes to make me famous. Until next time, this is the Cosmic City Blog, signing off.